Hey everyone, welcome back. Today in this video I'm just going to show you guys how to change an axle on your car. This is pretty relevant to any Sylvia with 3x2 axle. Yeah, obviously you saw the first video where I put in the Locky, the second video I should say. Since then I've had a clicky CV, so I've actually got some spare axles out of my 180 SX that I previously owned. So I'm just going to chuck those in there and hopefully that'll go away. So you guys have probably seen those shitty videos I made about a year ago of my 180 SX. So I'll give you a little rundown on that just for you, those of you who are wondering. I brought that car from WS Imports in Nelson. I was the first NZ owner. It was a Type S, so non-turbo but factory manual car. Looks like a Type X, which is why I brought it. Then I proceeded to do everything so fast. A big brake swap, I was getting it ready for cert, and I built a motor for it, SR20, just in the garage. If you follow my Instagram you guys will see all the photos and stuff of that, and I'll actually try to put a video in here somewhere of stuff that I filmed on my phone of that car. But yeah, I had it going for about 2 weeks and it got rear-ended and written off, unfortunately, which is how I ended up with the S15 that I have now. So yeah, that's just a little bit of a background on that car. As you can see here, I've got the car jacked up, and here's my spare axles. You'll notice that one is actually longer than the other, so I'll confirm which side it is with you when I get the right hand side out, driver's side out. But yeah, just so you know, don't freak out if you've got brought a pair of axles and one is longer than the other, because that's actually how they come. So first things first, we obviously need to remove the wheel, so we'll take that off and then we'll carry on. So now I've got the wheel off, I'll show you guys just where everything is that you need to take off. I haven't done this in a while, so I may change this throughout the video, but you guys will see all that anyway, so you'll know exactly how to do it. But you've got a split pin here, which you should definitely try to replace if you have some other ones to replace it, just because these are what stop this nut from backing out. And then obviously you have this nut, which is the 36mm. To do this, I would probably suggest that you break this ball joint off. So another nut here looks like a 19, and then a split pin, and then you've just got your 6 bolts there that you need to undo. Pull this forward, pull it forward, and then push the axle back that way, and then slide it down and out. Put your new one in and do everything in reverse. So to get the split pin out, I've just used some side cutters here. I've just bent down this piece that was wrapped around here, and then you just kind of use your pliers and you just sort of grab it and you just wedge it out like that, and then that's out. So I lied to you guys already. This axle nut on an S15 is actually a 32. On my 180 it was 36, which is why I thought it was 36, but this one's 32. So S15 32mm axle. So the next thing that I've done is I've gone through and I've loosened all my axle bolts. These are 12mm on either side. So yeah, just loosen these all off and then pull them out, but make sure you don't lose the washer and stuff, and remember which way around they go. So bolt head this side, nut and washer this side. Also, after you crack this bolt loose and you've pulled your axle through down there, you're going to use a soft edge hammer or leave your nut on if you don't have a soft edge hammer. Use something like this, and you're just gonna smack the axle spline through the hub. Now, as you can see, if I can zoom in there, we've hit the spline, or the teeth of the spline, back through the hub, and our axle's just resting here. So just gonna try pull this axle out through this way and then feed the new one back through. Now you can see I've managed to pull my axle through, so we're just going to take it to those axles over there and compare the size. So as you can see, driver's side axle is longer, so we're going to use this one here and put it into the car. Just going to give you guys a quick rundown on how these work. So inside that cone piece on the end is like 3 roller bearings, and they move in and out, and obviously your suspension goes up and down, so you need to have those to be able to flex, so that way there's constantly force being applied in there, so your wheels will turn. They're filled with grease, and sometimes the boots split and then you can put new grease in, but mine haven't split, but they've obviously started to get old and they're seizing. Probably doesn't help that my car runs at an angle, so like, you know, axles are made to be flat, but mine was probably running like this or whatever, so it's worn out faster than the other ones, or than a normal car. So yeah, we're just gonna put the new one in. So this is kind of what I was just talking about. See how this flexes. Inside these sort of cone pieces here is a ball that runs up and down, round and round. Inside these boots are grease. It's the same on this end as well. So this is what drives your wheel, and these flex. Obviously, because my car's lower, the diff's running at a different angle, so it's probably running like this or like that all the time, which is why it's worn out. When they start clicking is when you know that they're on their way out. When they click constantly, they're about to break. These can break, so yeah, if you hear yours start to click or whatever, you should probably look at replacing this. Before we put a new axle through, just going to spray a little bit of grease, whatever this crap is. I just found it on the shelf, but yeah, just going to put some of that in there because a bit of lubrication, because I highly would say that these are definitely going to come out again at some point. You know what it's like, skip life, but yeah, bit of that in there. So now we start doing everything in reverse. I've just fed this end of the axle back through the hub. So now we just need to push this end up into here and then tighten everything back up. So that end's in there, this one's in here, got our bolts down here, remembering that we're putting them with the bolt end in towards the diff, like so, and the washer on the nut side, which is going to be facing out this way. We want everyone to be exactly the same, and we want to make sure that these are super tight, like super tight. Don't want to have these loose at all. So I've gone through now and I've tightened all 6 of these bolts, so everything under the car is done, and now we need to put our 32mm nut back on this axle in our split pin. So now we've got all our 6 bolts down in there, all tight. We're going to do our hub nut again, 32. I'm going to use my impact. If you don't have an impact, just use a extension and a long bar, like a power bar. Make sure again you do this super tight, and then remember to put a split pin back through it, because you do not want this coming loose while you're driving down the road. So now we've got our hub bolt done up tight. You can see, what can you see? Maybe this side. That's a bit better. There's the hole there in the axle. That's where you want to put your split fin through, and then bend the long ends over so it can't pull out. So I just dug through my box of split pins that I have at home here, and I found this one here. You want to make sure that this end's big enough that it won't pull through the axle, and then these are the two ends here that I was talking about. So we're just going to fold these, one that way and one that way, and then that'll hold our nut if it ever does come loose from being able to come all the way off. So there you can see I've bent my split pin. Don't worry if you can't pull these all the way up, because all you're basically doing is bending it so this can't pull through. So now that we've done all that, I'm just going to go back through and show you guys exactly what we've done, and just give you a wee recap on how to do this. So we'll get into it. So to start off, we took our split pin out, then we took our hub nut off. We did talk about breaking this lower ball joint to pull this arm down, but we didn't actually need to. Then we moved around under here, and we undid all 6 of our bolts, remembering that this bolt head faces into the diff and the washer and the nut are on this side. So we undid all 6 of those. We pulled our axle stub from the diff. We hung it down here. We undid our nut to the edge of the axle here. Then we used a soft faced hammer to push this spline on the axle back through the hub. Then we fed this part of the axle out the bottom here, put our new one in, and did everything in reverse. So that was just a quick video on how to change an axle. Like I said before, my CV was clicking after I did the lock diff, a bit more strain on it, did a few skids, so needed to replace it, so hopefully this has fixed it. In the next video I'm actually going to be doing some detailing on this, because I've been asked to put this in a car show here called Fours and Rotaries, so I want to make sure that this thing looks mint. So I'm going to show you how to do some polishing on your headlights and bonnet and just some rough areas on the car. Hopefully the camera will pick it up so I can show you what I'm talking about. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give me a comment below. If you have any questions, you need some help, feel free to talk to me on Instagram or on YouTube, and just post a comment or just direct message me, and I'm happy to help you guys out. But yeah, if you enjoy it, like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.